Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. This is Mary, also known as Sunny Love. And today I did something a little different for you. This is day 60 of our time together. And I title it Coming All the Way Back. And I wrote this because I have a lot to share. Before we speak about healing, before we talk about freedom, before we close this 60-day journey together, I want to tell you how I arrived here. Not in theory, not in branding, but in heart. Today's work, this conversation, is the integration of formal study, field-based evidence, and decades of lived system experience. My goal has never been to assign blame to individuals or programs. It has been to examine how well-intentioned systems can unintentionally create barriers to readiness, dignity, and choice, and to explore ethical, practical alternatives. I didn't set out to become a trainer. I didn't set out to build a curriculum. I set out to help people survive. Working inside corrections, facilitating victim-offender dialogues, taught me more than any classroom ever could. I would learn something inside those walls, then walk back into the community and train others on what I was discovering because I believe that's what people did with new knowledge. You shared it. You applied it. You did better together. Then came 14 years of conflict resolution volunteering. So I integrated that. Then came supportive housing programs. So I taught there. Then came at-risk populations, youth who couldn't read when they entered high schools, adults navigating trauma, addiction, and survival. So I learned how to teach differently. Healthy versus unhealthy relationships, domestic violence advocacy of over 20 years. College classrooms, one where I taught 13 years without pay. I was educating educators, and I was getting a lifetime of practice. Remember, not really paying attention to all the things I was learning. And then quietly, painfully, my name began to be spoken in ways meant to keep my work hidden from the very Minnesota community I longed to serve. That part still hurts, but it also taught me something essential. For 59 days, I have been giving freely. And in doing so, I realized I was also giving the wrong people ideas on how to continue extracting from those of us who are trying to build something different, something ethical, something embodied and humane. So here is what's changing. As we move forward, I will no longer be able to give in the same way without being compensated. Not because I've hardened, but because I've come all the way back to life. I am ready to begin a pilot for those who truly desire to learn what I have spent decades developing. When I was working with dually diagnosed individuals inside corrections, across communities, and in countless training rooms, I wasn't thinking about capital. And capital, I mean money. I was thinking about care. I was thinking about how to help people live healthier, freer lives. The world tells me I should have been rich in skill, rich in experience, rich in lives I have walked beside. No one can take our skills, no matter how closely they mimic our language or our topics. They are not us. Our knowledge lives in our bodies. Our heart lives in our work. when I take a workshop all the way to the finish line. I do it with mastery that comes from thousands and thousands of hours. I stopped counting after 10,000 hours was documented. That's when others began calling me what I never claimed for myself, a master practitioner, a field definer. And so when funding begins to come in, I will also be creating a special space, especially for those of you who have subscribed, who have identified yourselves to me, who have shown me through their presence that they are truly taking this in. We will have a place to be together, simply because I care about this work and I've cared for all the years that I have learned so much. To those of you who have subscribed, liked, shared, and walked this 60-day journey with me, thank you. I see you. I honor you. I value you. And I want you to know my work is real. Now, before we go any further, let us take a few deep breaths because I said a lot. Deep breath in, holding yourself steady. Deep breath out. Deep breath in, holding yourself steady. Deep breath out. Deep breath of harmony in, blowing out joy all throughout our body and our area. Hug yourself gently. Know you matter. Know I care. And know this work is not just words. It's lived experience and a journey all well worth the while. And I want you to know that when you relax your shoulders and you plant your feet on ground or the floor, what you feel means you are on your way back. And I want for us to come all the way back to life, to living, to knowing you matter. I appreciate you. I thank you. And I will see you on day 61 with another message for those who really desire to be here, because I know you will be here. The Lord willing, day 61 tomorrow, I will see you again. And thanks for listening to this message. Have a great day.